Old Bloke Goes Shooting. Part 1. So, as if I'm no busy enough, I decide to go shooting again. Something I haven't done for, well, about 40 years. I used to go with an old pal of mine who, sadly, is no longer with us. Sam was like my grandmaster in this department. He knew where to go, how to set things up, and what equipment to use. I used to have an old Zenith 35mm. Is that Russian? I think it might be. Or Eastern Europe. Somewhere anyway. I must look it up. But it doesn't really matter. The subject matter for us was always wildlife and nature. Back then it meant getting up at the crack of dawn and possibly spending a few hours arranging flashlights around a mushroom or a daddy longlegs or something. I know it doesn't sound that exciting, but it was. Have you just ordered something off of eBay? Asked my better half. Aye, I say, it's my birthday. You bought a camera, didn't you? Aye, I say. How much? She presses. I can almost feel the heat of the halogen interrogation lights in my face. Not that much at all, I say, fingers crossed behind my back. And it wasn't actually. I've just moved a bit further east for this camera, to Japan, the land of Sony. It wasn't that dear at all. I started seeing these great nature shots on Instagram, so I asked the photographers what they were using and plumped for something around the 300 quid mark. Now I could have spent thousands, but this Dutch lady was getting great pictures with something called a Sony Cybershot DSC-HX 400V. It's a kind of bridge camera, well that's what they call it, and it's got a monster 50 times zoom, and that doubles when you press a wee button to 100 times. It's got all sorts of lazy shortcut stuff that makes it, well, easy to shoot birds. My favourite thing to do. So, after a few beers, I hit the buy button now, and it appeared at my door a few days later. Straight out the box, it started to get results. I could literally stand in a garden and shoot birds in the park. I would still need to learn stuff, but I did remember what an f-stop was and what a thing called shutter speed was, I think. Fairly familiar. So in minutes, I'd taken a few great shots, of pigeons and crows and stuff, and even a few of the better half giving me some interesting hand signals. She hates the whole paparazzi thing, so she does. It'd be easier to get a shot of a snow leopard than get one of my better half with a smile in her gub. You always take rubbish pictures of me, she complains. Aye, well maybe if you didn't give me those death stares. The girls always take nice ones of me, she presses. I suppose they do, I admit. And they do. Anyway, having plundered the garden for shots of anything that moved, dangerous or not, it was time to get the Dactari suit on and go in search of some big game. So I set my alarm clock for stupid o'clock and put a wee bag together. With the essentials. A Cadbury's cream egg, a packet of Jaffa cakes and a wee hip flask in case I get stuck in a blizzard or something. Oh aye, and the camera, which I've named Yoko by the way. I like to do that, give inanimate objects names and stuff. I've got a Gibson Les Paul I call Jezebel and a push bike I call Sandra. Anyway, moving on swiftly, Yoko is fired up and the lens cap is removed. Sam taught me that. Always have your hardware armed and ready. And he was right. You can wander through forests for hours chasing some elusive woodpecker or tree creeper, but then on the road home, a bullfinch might just land a few feet away from you. And by the time you foot her about with your bag for Yoko and get her lens cap off, it's gone. It's hard enough trying to find a damn bird with a viewfinder, never mind anything else. It's like a dot. A black silhouette in some branch in some tree, and you have to find it through a half-inch viewfinder and then zoom in. 9 out of 10 times, you're just about to get it in focus and it moves. So you have to pan out again, spot it and zoom in again, etc, etc, etc. It's a bit like using binoculars. A lot of people, including my better half, will see a bird and slap the binoculars to their face, expecting the binoculars to zoom in by themselves and catch the wee thing. Where is it? She'll say. Keep your eyes on the bird and then slowly put the lenses over your eyes, I say. I'm doing that, she'll yelp, managing to land an angry jab in my arm. As I've explained, it doesn't always work, because more often than not, the wee bird has moved in a few seconds it's taken to do whatever you've got to do. With Yoko, I tend to keep one eye on the bird and one eye on the viewfinder. I tried using the view screen, but it was either too bright outside or I had a second bout of footering while I hunted for my specs. which meant the birdie had definitely moved on. Be prepared. That's what they taught me in the Scouts before I was chucked out for, well, that's probably another story for another day. Have the camera in your hand, that's all I'm saying. Have it switched on, have the lens cap off, and keep it at half mast. That is, on about half zoom. Enough to get a sense of the layout of where you're zooming in before you actually home in. Wait a minute, I hear you say. You missed something out. What? I ask. Well, you say, you can't just drop that one in and move on. What? I ask. The bit about being kicked out of the Scouts. That bit. Oh, okay. Oh, for Pete's sake, have I got to tell you that? Aye, you say. Okay, I relent. Well, you see, I was young. Well, 15-ish, I think. 16, 15, I think. I was in the Venture Scouts, actually. I'd done pretty well. I became a seconder. And I was pretty good at British Bulldog. That's where you chase everybody about and try and basically destroy them. I was always last. They always left me to last because I was a wee bit vicious, apparently. Anyway, the Scouts were great. But at 15, 16, you start to think of other things like drink and ladies and girls, I should say. And it was just the hormones and stuff, I suppose. And I get into a wee bit of bad company. He wasn't really any worse than me. But between us, we managed to decide, well, we managed to get some booze at that age, believe it or not. You could just walk in when I was that age and buy it. There wasn't any rules. So we went in and we got, I think it was a half bottle of whiskey and some cans of Carlsberg between two of us. Very bad. And don't do this at home if you're listening. Anyway, we managed to polish them off before we got to the disco. But on the way up the road, I fell because I was burling. And I smashed my teeth off the pavement. Smashed my teeth, literally. Blood everywhere, mess. Then turned up at the Scouts, anticipating getting in. Of course, which we didn't, eh? We were sent home, sent packing, and told not to come back again. Well, we did come back again eventually, but we wanted that welcome. So I was in effect kind of kicked out the Scouts. I always felt it was a bit like the Foreign Legion. That bit where they rip your badges off and send you into the desert, in disgrace. It was a bit like that. I was in the desert for about 2 months, grounded by Mum and Dad. A few neighbours shopped me as well. Apparently I was staggering on the way home, bouncing off walls and stuff, so I couldn't really keep it under cover, especially with a few teeth missing. And that wasn't nice. That meant months of going to the dental hospital in Glasgow, where they treated you for free. Well, they kind of experimented on you. The students did. Let's try a filling on this guy. Aye. Let's try a cap. Let's try a gold filling. Not free, but all kind of long and drawn out because the students were just learning. I remember I was up one time and I went to buy a ticket at the Apollo. That was a great venue in Glasgow for bands. Oh, amazing. And I tried to buy a ticket for Thin Lizzy, but my mouth was still numb because I think the student injected it about 9 times. I went up to the wee kind of portal bit and said, the wee office, and said, can I, and she couldn't understand me. My mouth was totally numb. Eventually I pointed and she got the gist. But listen, that whiskey was the last whiskey probably I ever drank. So it did me a bit of good in some respects. I've kept off the stuff ever since. Never mind, eh? Lessons learned. So until next time, stay in if you can. Stay safe. And, if they start to ease things, do it in an easy way. Don't go crazy. That's my job. So until next time, ciao for now.